Welcome back to 1/6 Studio, and in this video we'll be taking a look at the recently released promo photos for Princess Leia, the Boushh Disguise from Return of the Jedi. And yeah, let's take a closer look right now. All right, so here we go. It comes with everything here. Yeah, everything it comes with in terms of accessories looks about standard in terms of, a solo figure. Helmet looks great, head sculpt looks great, and let's carry on. So screen accurate and highly detailed helmet. And this helmet looks amazing. The weathering on this helmet is absolutely incredible. I find that a lot of Hot Toys, their weathering is just kind of lacking, but here, like zooming in, you can see just how detailed this thing is. It's absolutely unreal. Yeah, look at this. Even the boots, fabric boots. And you got these little gauntlets here. The weathering in the gloves. And the weathering in this little backpack here. And the leather. Like that looks like a leather kind of satchel thingamajiggy around her shoulders. I'd say maybe the fabric could be a little bit more weathered, but overall, it's looking really, really good. I'm pretty happy with that. There you go. Head sculpt, piece de resistance. Arguably the best Leia head sculpt. That looks identical to Carrie Fisher. That looks exactly like how she looked in Return of the Jedi. It's funny, like when I was a kid watching even A New Hope, I thought Carrie Fisher was like old. I was, 10 when I watched it. I thought she was like in her 30s, but she was 17, I think, when she filmed it. So in this movie, she's actually 24. Looks old, though. She looks old. But yeah, that oldness shows off in this head sculpt because his head sculpt is phenomenal. It looks identical. It's identical to her, how she looked in Return of the Jedi. She's definitely leaner than she was in A New Hope and leaner than when she was in Empire Strikes Back because she was wearing that bikini. Had to get that beach bod ready. And I look at this little tease for Return of the Jedi Chewie. I know we're still waiting on the Empire Strikes Back version, which is probably the better of the two. But you gotta love that Return of the Jedi crazy fur on his head that he's got there. And them two together look amazing. Does she come with the chain? I'm not quite sure. But yeah, they look like it's almost you have to get the two together. And then you're going to need a Han and Carbonite too. I'm sure that's going to come out. Ooh, maybe with a deluxe Han from Empire will come with the Carbonite. Who knows? Here's another look at them too. That's great. I think I'm pre-ordering this. 100% I'm pre-ordering this. And I would probably have her post something similar to this because you can't not use that head sculpt. That head sculpt's way too good to not be used. And then holding that helmet too, so you got to show off that helmet. The outfit, the tailoring, everything just looks really, really good with this figure. Here's another look at that head sculpt. Yeah, it's great. It's so good. I'm so happy they didn't go the rooted hair route. I think it's a pain in the ass. Plus, it's cost way more money than it should. But here, take a closer look at this like leather thing around her neck. You can see all the weathering where it should be, like where her cheeks and chin are going to be rubbing off against. And this is probably, in terms of weathering, this is the best weathering I've seen from Hot Toys as of late. I find everything's a little bit too clean, especially you have a review of the Han Solo from Return of the Jedi. Everything he's wearing looks straight out of the washing machine. Even his jacket's, that trench coat he's wearing should be dirty, and it's just not. Another look at the head sculpt here. And it's such a good head sculpt. There's no notes. And hey, you can see all that weathering around the neck again. It looks so good. I don't know how, I really hope this comes through with the final product. But yeah, that weathering looks fantastic. All right, move on. Another look at the head sculpt. Yeah, that's also a really cool pose with the staff there. Yeah, I don't know. Let's look at the top of that helmet. I always find that with Hot Toys, the weathering on the promo pics does look better than it does with the final product. Look at General Grievous, for example. The weathering in the prototype looked fantastic. And then when the figure came out, it looked a little bit like the Sideshow one, obviously better, but not by much. Yeah, here you can see more of that weathering that they've done on the costume. Yeah, here. Yeah. I just love everything about this. Even like the fabric wrist guards. They've really, really stepped it up another level here on this figure. Which is surprising. You'd think it'd be some, even like an Anakin or something, which they've been releasing 100 million of, but I wouldn't expect like that the level up in 1/6 scale, especially for Hot Toys figure, to be this version of Princess Leia. But I'm happy. This is, when I was a kid, I had the Hasbro version. It was one of my favorite figures. So this is a must. Thermal detonator. Oh, I wonder if it lights up. That'd be very cool if it does. Another great pose. Dang. These are really good poses. I hope they make some 1/6 rocks or just like diorama accessories that you can just buy. I'm sure some out there is making them, but if they don't, there's a business opportunity for somebody. Even still, you don't need it because that stand is really cool as well. Straight out of Jabba's palace. Yeah, this figure looks amazing. This is if Return of the Jedi is what used to be my favorite as a kid, it is no longer my favorite Star Wars movie, but it's still, you know, top 5. But yeah, this figure is an absolute must. Another great pose. Yeah. That's an amazing looking figure, everybody. If you're a Star Wars fan, you know, this is, you probably have to buy this. Don't let anyone tell you no. Go for it. And if you just like 1/6 scales in general, this figure is really good. I'm like, to me, this is looking, in terms of quality, it's looking like an in-art-esque type figure, with all the different fabric materials and the weathering and the attention to detail here. It's looking in-art level, and I saw the prices in Canada. You can pre-order it for $379, which is way cheaper than in-art figures are. So this is a no-brainer. You got to get this one. Let me know if you plan on getting it. If you do, amazing, happy for you. If you don't, let me know in the comments. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.